Hi guys, this is Dustin Celestino once again. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about another element of fiction. We're going to be talking about style and tone. Ano ba yung style? Sa literature, when we write short stories, when we write narratives, we can talk about style in terms of choice of words. Kasi yung style is a practical technique. It's the choice of whether to write a long sentence or to write a short one. It's the decision to use a semicolon or a colon or to just start a new sentence. It's also our attitude towards the material. Pwedeng ironic tayo, pwedeng sincere, pwedeng seryoso, we talk about the matter in a very serious tone, or we can talk about it in a very frivolous or playful manner. It's also the type of language we use in terms of how we describe things. We can talk about things kasi in a very objective, almost scientific way, and we can do it subjectively, na ang emphasis ng communication natin is emotion or feeling. Depending on which style of writing we use, we can generate a different emotional effect. At ang emotional effect na yon ang tinatawag nating tone. Kung ganun ang ginagawa sa literature, since words lang naman ang kaya nating i-utilize when we write, how does this work in terms of film? Sa film, ang ginagamit natin to express our style is ang tinatawag nating mise-en-scène or mise-en-scène. Ito yung lahat ng images, lahat ng bagay na makikita mo sa frame. Pag nanonood tayo ng sine, di ba, or ng TV, merong frame. Ang mise-en-scene, lahat ng nasa loob nun. Ito yung visual composition, which includes lighting, production design, costume, and kung paano nagbe-behave yung mga characters within that frame. To better understand what style and tone is, let's differentiate them from each other. Yung style is an application of a practical technique. Yung tone is the emotional effect of the technique applied. Kumbaga, ginamit nating technique to, ito yung naging resulta or yung naramdaman ng audience dahil sa paggamit ng technique na yon. To further establish that point, magbigay tayo ng mga example. Baby Driver. Sa Baby Driver, Edgar Wright used fast cuts, frantic camera movement, upbeat music in order to make the audience feel a sense of energy and pace. So, ang ginamit ni Edgar Wright nga, yung mabibilis na cutting niya, yung music or yung film score, and ginamit niya rin yung upbeat music na yon para nga mas upbeat yung tone, mas mabilis, ganyan. So, basically, ang style is yung mga technique na ginamit and yung tone is how it made the audience feel. Another example, si Andrei Tarkovsky, sa pelikula niyang Stalker, he used very slow, deliberate camera movement in order to make the audience feel a sense of wonder and awe. Kasi si Tarkovsky, yung pelikula niyang Stalker, ang type of conflict na meron dito is man versus the unknown. We don't know what's in that area out there. So how do we approach it? We approach it with caution. We approach it with a sense of parang medyo takot tayo. Oh my God, anong mangyayari sa lugar na to? So that feeling that the audience is supposed to feel, pinaramdam sa atin ni Tarkovsky sa paggamit or sa pag-apply niya ng cinematography. Yung style is yung deliberate camera movement, yung methodical camera movement na parang lumulutang siya dahan-dahan pag ganun. Tapos, yung tone is yung intended effect. Ano yung naramdaman ko nung ginawa ni Tarkovsky yon? We're going to have more examples. Si Steven Spielberg, meron siyang stylistic technique na ginamit to generate a unique emotion in us. Ang ginamit niya, emphasis. Context, yung film black and white siya. Pero, in one scene, gumamit ng kulay si Steven Spielberg. In-highlight niya yung damit ng batang babae na red. So, ginamit niya ang style or ang technique na tinatawag nating emphasis in order to establish a very meaningful point. Kasi later on, spoiler alert, once again, kung hindi nyo pa napanood, pause the video and, forward nyo ng konti. Ito, mamamatay yung bata and she will be added to a pile of bodies. So, yung damit niya na red, kitang-kita natin kung ano yung fate nitong batang babae na to. It generates a very strong emotional effect. In Fargo, one of the most famous Coen brothers movies, ang ginamit nilang style is incongruity in order to create humor. Yung incongruity na ginamit nila is hindi bagay yung emotions ng characters dun sa ginagawa nilang acts. For example, we're in the middle of a dangerous situation, tapos nag-uusap tayo casually. That's an example of incongruity. So dahil nangyayari yon, mararamdaman natin parang may mali dito, parang medyo absurd. So ginamit nga nila yung incongruity as a style or as a technique in order to further create the tone of absurdity. Dahil hindi nagme-make sense masyado yung nakikita natin, merong mali, merong off, yun din yung mararamdaman natin na tono ng pelikula. There's something absurd and incongruous about what's currently happening in the story. Finally, isa sa mga pinaka-visual and very obvious yung style is si Wes Anderson. Ang ginagamit kasi ni Wes Anderson is visual symmetry. The reason why he's using that as a style, meron din siyang intention doon. Yung style niyang paggamit ng symmetry is to differentiate what you're seeing on screen from nature. Kasi yung perfect symmetry, bihira naman yan mangyari in nature. So he does that to highlight the theatricality of his film. Balik tayo sa style. We're talking about style in terms of mimesis or kung sa pagkakatulad niya sa real life, meron tayong dalawang paths to take. Naturalism or theatricality. Pag mas theatrical, mas mukhang artificial or synthetic yung mise-en-scene natin. Pag mas naturalistic, borderline documentary siya. Parang sinususpend mo yung belief ng audience mo. Sinasabi mo sa audience mo na totoo itong nangyayari, totoo itong napapanood mo. Pag naman theatrical yung approach mo, parang pinapaalala mo sa kanila, guys, this is a film, this is a story, and none of this is real. Si Wes Anderson, yung estilo niya, mas theatrical, nandun siya sa aspect ng this is a story, we're telling a story, you're watching a movie. So it's very self-referential. Wes Anderson, yung techniques na in-apply niya is symmetry, pastel colors, and farcical elements para yung feeling na ma-generate is amusement. We feel safe about what's going to happen on screen because we're currently reminded that it's a story that will probably end well. Once again, to differentiate between style and tone, yung style, ito yung mga tools na ginagamit ng artist. These are techniques that they apply. Okay? Yung tone is the emotional effect na nangyayari when they apply these tools. It also evokes specific feelings and it's to some degree an expression of the author's emotional attitude towards the theme or the material. Ang style ay technique, ang tone ay effect. So, pag-usapan nga natin ngayon ang tinatawag nating Directorks Vision. Kung ikaw ang direktor ng isang pelikula, ano yung responsibility mo? For me, one of the main responsibilities of the director is the management of the style and tone. Kasi, unlike a writer, yung writer, ang mga techniques lang na meron siya, lahat words. Pagbabalik-baliktar niya yon or yung choice of words niya. Pero yung director kasi, ang daming tools na pwede mong gamitin in order to establish tone. Kasi, pwede kang gumamit ng composition na gagamitin mo yung production design mo tsaka yung framing mo to create different types of lines or design principles. Pwede kang gumamit ng emphasis, pattern, repetition. Pwede mong gamitin yung mga design principles na to. Production design pa lang tayo yan. Meron ka pang cinematography. Pwede mo gamitin yung camera movement mo. Pwede mong gamitin yung ilaw to establish mood, yung emotional tone ng pelikula. Meron pa tayong editing. Pwede mong pabilisin or pabagalin yung pelikula by cutting fast or by lingering on scenes. Pwede mong i-one take tapos magbabad ka dun sa isang image to allow your audience to absorb the emotional intensity of the scene. Pwede ka rin gumamit ng sound. Okay? Pwede ka mag-sound design. Pwede kang gumamit ng scoring. Pwede kang gumamit ng mga transitions. Pag nag-dissolve ka, ano yung effect nun? Pag nag-smash cut ka, ano yung effect nun? Pag nag-cut to black. So, ang daming tools available to a director. Which is why a lot of people believe that film is a director's medium because of the amount of tools available to you. Here's the problem though. The more complicated or complex the message, the more articulate or fluent the director has to be on how to explain or articulate that particular message. Kaya mahirap din maging director kasi you have to not only manage the style and tone, but you have to anticipate how every decision that you make will affect your audience. Natatawid ba yung gusto mong intended emotional effect? Kasi pag director ka, tas gumawa ka ng drama, tapos pagdating doon sa cinemas, the audience is laughing, there's a medyo lost in translation. You didn't do your job very well. In relation to this, if you're a writer, you have to be careful then with who you collaborate with. Kailangan malinaw yung style and tone that you guys are going for. Otherwise, pwedeng ma-lost in translation yung message that you're trying to send to your audience. Kasi, pag writer ka, mag-isa ka lang nagsusulat, mas malinaw yung vision. Kasi ikaw lang nagde-decide eh. But when it comes on set, meron kang production designer, meron kang cinematographer, meron kang mga artista, meron kang director, meron kang editor, meron kang sound designer, and meron kang musical composer for the score. So these is at least 7 people na any decision made by any of them can change the style and tone of the film. So as a director, it's your responsibility to coordinate all of these elements, coordinate with all of these people to ensure that you're working towards a single unified effect or yung tinatawag nating organic unity. Kumbaga, gagamitin natin lahat ng elements na yon in order to achieve a singular emotional effect. Na pag horror, for example, yon ang isa siguro sa pinaka magandang halimbawa na pag-usapan natin tungkol sa pag-execute ng different elements of cinema. Kasi ang horror, kailangan mo ng ilaw, kailangan mo ng magandang score, kailangan mo ng magandang sound effects or ng sound design, kailangan mo ng magaling na artista, and kailangan mo ng magandang production design. And if any of them make a mistake, hindi na mag-work yung jump scare or yung feeling of fear that you're supposed to generate from your audience. Alright, so again, that's style and tone. That's one of the elements of fiction na ginagamit din sa film. Na pwede rin natin siyang sabihin na element of film. Hindi ko alam kung may ganon. Pero, yon, importante ang style and tone. And ang style is a technique, tone is an effect. That's how you differentiate between them, and they should always be discussed together. Once again, this has been Dustin Celestino. Thank you for joining me today. If you're interested in this type of content, please hit that subscribe button, and please also support this endeavor by liking, sharing, and by commenting. If you have topic requests or if you have questions, maglagay lang kayo ng questions dyan sa comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. If you're interested in learning more about my work, please follow my Instagram account at Dustin_Celestino. On that page, you're going to find essays on filmmaking and writing, as well as trailers to my previous works and reviews na rin ng mga trabaho na yon. Also, I have a Facebook page /Dustin Celestino Official. Yung mga videos na to, mahanap nyo rin doon. And nandun din yung mga essays, yung ilang essays na ginawa ko sa Instagram. Finally, YouTube, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for joining me today. Next time, we're going to talk more about the 7 elements of fiction. We're going to talk about, siguro, setting. Or point of view. Probably point of view. So, in the meantime, please enjoy this video. Thank you for joining me. This is Dustin Celestino. Until next time. Dami kong sinabi. Madami ba?
Madami. Sobrang dami.
Matagal ba yung video?
I don't know. A bit. Yeah, it's 18 minutes.
18?